Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stacy and I'm so happy to see you here today. If you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. And second of all, if you're wondering what we are doing in my corner of the internet, I am on a journey of listening to songs, bands, and artists I've never heard before. And so today, you guys, we're listening to a new band to me named The Animals, and we're listening to a song called House of the Rising Sun. Don't know anything about this band. I've never heard of this band before until you guys started recommending them to me. So I'm excited to see what they're all about and what this song is all about. So before I begin the reaction, you guys, if you like my content and want to join me on my musical journey, please be sure to like and share the video as well as subscribe to the channel, as it really helps growing content creators like me. So without further ado, let's get into the reaction. Okay, so this is The Animals, House of the Rising Sun. Let's get started.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. In God, I know I'm one.
I love the drummer.
Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and trouble, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's on a drum.
Gonna pause right here. Also, already a really interesting song, a really interesting video. I love how the drumming so far is just the steel pan, just him going it just sounds really cool. I'm not sure if I've ever heard a song that just uses the steel pan. I think that's what it's called. You guys can correct me in the comments. I don't think I've heard a song that just uses that as part of the drums, you know? That's very new to me, and I think that's so cool and pretty creative. But I also have to say the keyboardist, he's making a sound that kind of is replicating an organ sort of sound. It's really cool. There's just a lot going on in this music video, in the song. It's a lot to absorb at once, but the video is cool. This looks like it was made in the 60s, but this is really good quality. It does say 4K, so I assume the original video probably did not have as good as quality, but wow, this is such an interesting setup with the yellow, with the brownish grayish suits, and they all have that like 60s kind of bowl cut hair, kind of like how the Beatles had it. So yeah, it's just all really interesting to me. This is my first impression of The Animals, so I'm pretty intrigued so far. So let's keep going. Maybe not an organ.
Tell your children
Okay, so like he keeps mentioning New Orleans. He says New Orleans. I actually just went to New Orleans about a year ago, and it was such a cool place to be. I find New Orleans to be really interesting. There's so much history there. So the House of the Rising Sun. I wonder if that's an actual place in New Orleans that he's actually talking about. I'm not sure. You guys can let me know down in the comments, because if it is an actual place in New Orleans, and if I ever go back to New Orleans, I would really love to check it out maybe someday. But how interesting to write a song about a place in New Orleans. I wonder why they decided to do that. And you know what I realized about this song is it really captures a lot of the mysticism that is New Orleans. You know, New Orleans, again, has a vast history, really interesting place. It's beautiful to me. I actually really love New Orleans. And so the fact that this song kind of captures that interesting magnetic energy that encompasses New Orleans is actually really cool to me. I find this song to be so mysterious, so haunting, so magnetic and captivating, just like the city of New Orleans. And the way he's singing is really cool to me. He has quite the voice. He just lets it all out there. He just belts it all out. And he seemed to do it so effortlessly. I know that this is a music video and this is a studio recording, but dang, I didn't expect him to sing like this, especially while they're like looking like the Beatles. You know, I would figure they would kind of sound very similar to them, and maybe they do in their other songs, but this is quite an interesting and unique piece of music. So let's finish the song out.
To wear that ball and chain.
Did he say bar? A house. Wow. The guitarist smiling. It's so cute. That was great. Oh my goodness. Whew. You know, I usually am dancing and I'm really like moving to the music, and I found this song to be really, really hard to move to. You know, I could usually jive to something, even though I don't really know what's coming up next. I'm just kind of anticipating the music. And with this, it was hard to dance to. And that's not a bad thing. It's a very interesting, unique piece of music for sure. And yeah, I didn't know what to expect with the animals, honestly. But when I first saw how they looked, I thought that they were going to be like kind of another Beatles band, Beatles inspired band. But this is totally different. Totally came out of left field and was not anything I expected. So yeah, this was kind of refreshing, really haunting, and very memorable to say the least. Okay, the first thing I am doing is looking up to see if House of the Rising Sun is a real place, because I don't think I'll be able to wait for your guys' comments. Honestly, I'm really interested. So it says that the song could be referring to any brothel, as House of the Rising Sun is used as an euphemism for brothels. Could be referring to a jail when interpreting the lyrics, but there are also historical documents showing proof of buildings in New Orleans called Rising Sun. Wow. Okay. Well, you know, that means the song is really ambiguous and it's kind of up for interpretation. Now, let's look at the lyrics. So the lyrics say, there is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. Dear God, I know I was one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans, and my father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. And the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's drunk. Mother, tell your children not to do what I have done, to spend your lives in sin and misery in the House of the Rising Sun. Honestly, the House of the Rising Sun, like the excerpt said, it could have been a brothel, it could have been maybe a bar, it could have been really anything. You know, New Orleans was quite the place. And if I remember on my tour in New Orleans, some of the history of the city, that city has been through a lot for hundreds of years, for centuries. And again, it has a vast history, and I implore you guys to do your own research on the city because it truly is unlike any place I've ever been to, especially in the United States and even outside of the United States. There is just this air about it that, again, I think the song really captured when it came to the instrumentals, and even in the lead singer's voice, the way he was singing about this place, the way he was letting those notes out and just kind of belting everything was, I don't know, it just gave me chills. It's like, ooh, just like New Orleans did. Walking down the street, so much happened in that city. It was full of not only criminals and prostitutes and rejects and slaves, it's just full of so much history, so much. I can't even get into it all, but the song captured it so well. And I wonder how and why the Animals made a song like this. And I don't know anything about this band. I don't know where they're from, if they're American, not American. But the fact that they made a song like this, I'm really curious to know the history about what went on behind the scenes to make this song. If they actually went to New Orleans and experienced something that inspired them to make a song like this, I would not be surprised. New Orleans is such an interesting place. It is such, yeah, I don't know. I can't even like really get into it or really explain it to you guys. But just like how the city of New Orleans draws you in with its mystery, the Animals do the same with this song. The way that they were moving all around that stage, the way that they were looking into the camera, the way they were smiling when they were not smiling, just the song itself, the way the lead singer, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, but the way he would just so casually change notes. He would be up here, then he'd be down here. And then, I don't know, just the shift in his voice was so, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just like a big mystery. You never really know where it was going to go. And with the organ, with the drummer, just using the steel pan to drum the whole time, it's just all really intriguing, all really creative. And I do have to mention the guitar, just the strumming, the constant strumming. It was so repetitive, yet so gorgeous. It kind of just like gave you an air of anxiety a little bit, if that makes sense. It's not a bad thing, but yeah, this song, again, it was hard to dance to. It's beautiful. It's full of mystery and it's really interesting, but it's not typical. And that's why I think I really like it. I like this experience a lot. It made me think. It made me just stay still and just really absorb the video. And it just made me really focus on every aspect of the song that I possibly could. You know, I mean, I'm human. Sometimes I miss things when I react to songs for the first time. And maybe I miss things here, but I felt like with this, I was just trying my best to absorb every possible detail that I possibly could. And I don't know if that's like such a weird thing to say, but that's just what it felt. But I guess to kind of conclude this video, I did not expect this to go the way it did. I thought they were going to be yet another Beatles inspired band, and they were so much more. They were so captivating. Like, I don't know. This song is completely interesting. Like, this song is just completely unique. It is an unforgettable experience, and I'm just really impressed that a sound came from these guys. They look so young, and yet they gave this old mystical feeling that I feel like comes with age and comes with living life. So yeah, this was really impressive. This was really fun. And I also love how the video ended with the guitarist just smiling so big at the camera. It was like he couldn't hold it in. It was like he was having the time of his life filming this. So I think that will do for today's reaction. Thank you all again so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please be sure to like the video as well as subscribe to the channel, as it really helps growing content creators like me. If you guys are interested in some of my other content or wish to support me in alternative ways, please be sure to check out the links in the description box. If you guys are interested in seeing me live on Twitch, I'm live right now at twitch.tv/DaisyRPG, where you can see moments like this. And this is my best corn freak on a leash impression. Okay, ready? The link to my Twitch is also in the description box. And if you have any say on what I should react to next, please be sure to sound off in the comments or join the Discord. I'm in the Discord all the time, chatting with you guys and getting to know you guys on a deeper level. So join the Discord if you are so inclined. And last but not least, you guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you, patrons, so much for your contributions to my channel. You guys are the best, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you for all you do for me and my channel. And if you wish to become a Patreon member yourself, please be sure to check out the Patreon link in the description box. And a little announcement, you guys, I recently revitalized my gaming YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested in some gaming content, please be sure to check out the gaming channel. The link is in the description box. Thank you all again for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.